Hey, what's up everyone? GameDad here, and may the 4th be with you. Now, in today's video, I am taking a look at the two latest Star Wars games to hit consoles, and that is the kind of reimagining, or I guess remastered version of Star Wars The Force Unleashed, as well as LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, I do want to disclose up front that I was given a code for one of the games today, and that is Star Wars The Force Unleashed for the Nintendo Switch. But, of course, as always, that in no way affects my views or opinions about the game or anything in this video at all. And before we dive in and talk about these two games on this oh-so-holiest of Star Wars days, if you are new to the channel or you just haven't yet, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below, as well as that little notification bell. That way you can alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now, let's dive in and let's talk Star Wars, shall we? Okay, so we are going to start with Star Wars The Force Unleashed first, because that is the first of these two games that I actually went through. Now, Force Unleashed, as you may or may not remember, came out many, many years ago. I don't know exactly what console generation it would be, but it was on things like the 360, the Wii, stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure what everybody thought is that Star Wars The Force Unleashed would be one of the, 360 versions, or maybe like PC or something like that. And instead, we actually got the Wii version. Now, I never actually played the Wii version whenever it was originally launched, and I don't know how many people actually did, because it seems to be a pretty common consensus online that people were like, hey, this is a lot different than we remember, and it's because it is a port of the Wii version. Now, I will say, in typical Nintendo fashion, it definitely looks more like cartoony-fied, if that makes any sense. The game has been remastered, so it does look really good on the Switch, but it definitely looks different, and it looks more, I guess you would say, kid-friendly. It's not as gritty as I remember it being on, the 360. And, I mean, while the gameplay was still there and still fun, it was definitely a different experience for me. So let's start with a couple of positives first. So I did think that the game looked pretty nice. It was definitely remastered from its original version. It didn't have that kind of, I don't know, foggy, grainy look that a lot of games on the Wii from that era had. So that was nice. It had some more crisp lines to it. And overall, I mean, the gameplay was there. But for me, honestly, that's kind of where the positives end. Yeah, I mean, cool, it was Star Wars Force Unleashed, but it didn't feel like I was really playing Star Wars Force Unleashed. So first, the game was incredibly short. I remember the game being a lot longer on the 360, and this version, it took me no time at all to get through it. I played through it on a flight for a recent trip, and I was able to go through and beat the entire game while on my flight, and it wasn't that long. I mean, the travel time from just kind of chilling at the airport, getting on the plane, and getting to my destination, it was a total of 6 hours, and I beat the game. And it was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I guess that was a quick experience. Now, one of the reasons why I think the game was so quick is it was, stupid easy. It started off, there were some difficulties, and, you go against your enemies, and they're a little bit stronger than you, but you get so many force points to upgrade your powers and stuff so quickly that I very quickly became overpowered within the game. Now, I don't know if that is something specific to the Wii version, but I do not remember the game being that easy whenever I first played it when it first came out. I remember the game not being, insanely hard or anything like that, but this game was really easy, and it honestly kind of took a lot of the fun out of it. It made it basically just a hack-and-slash game that I had to do a lot of grinding in, but instead of the grinding being like a JRPG that takes me forever and a day to actually level up and stuff, I was able to do it very quickly, and I maxed out all of my powers, and I basically just went around spamming lightning on everything and beat the game. So, yeah, it wasn't really a memorable experience for me. I mean, like I said, it looked good, but that's kind of where that ended, and the fun was kind of zapped out of it because the difficulty level was just not there. So, would I recommend getting Force Unleashed? Not really, unless you want to play one of the old versions. I don't know. I just liked the older versions better because they felt more rounded out, and this one just looks like they took a game and slapped a fresh coat of paint on it. But I mean, if you want just a quick Star Wars experience, I guess it's not bad. I will be curious to see if they bring Force Unleashed 2. I mean, I have never actually even played the Force Unleashed 2, so that would be a brand new, fresh experience for me going into that. And spoilers, sorry if you haven't played it by now, but I don't really care. I'll spoil it. The ending is a dead giveaway that there is going to be a second game. And, I mean, obviously everybody knows there's a Force Unleashed 2 already because it came out many years ago. But it would be cool to see if they port that to the Switch. That way can kind of continue that experience as I go along. I will say, though, there was a bit of a collectible aspect to it. There are all the Jedi holocrons all over all the different levels. I think there's like a total of 200 of them. And then you can also do different things to unlock a bunch of costumes and stuff and different skins for in the duel arena. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. It felt like it had some mild fun to it, but overall kind of a hollow experience. Now let's talk about the one that I was really looking forward to, and that is LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, I have played basically every single LEGO game that has ever come out. They are just super fun. They're very chill, family friendly, and it's something, you know, anytime my nephew would come up and visit, we would play these games all the time because that was like, it's the perfect starter game for a kid. There isn't insane difficulty or anything like that. There's some puzzle solving to get in, and you just have a just good old-fashioned couch co-op gaming fun time. And I will say I have not completed the game yet, but so far, yes, I am having fun with it. And I really like that they actually went in and they like changed it up quite a bit, in my opinion. So the first major change you will notice, this is the first time in a LEGO game like this where instead of being kind of an isometric top-down view, you are actually in a third-person view and camera is right behind the character. So that was interesting. They made it like a third-person hack and slash adventure game, I guess, if that makes sense. And it looks amazing, and the graphics look fantastic. On the Switch version, on the PS5 version, those are the ones that I have. I haven't played it on Series X or anything, but it looks great. The game looks awesome. Now, you know, the forever debate about the Star Wars games is, since it's a trilogy of trilogies, so 9 games total, I want to know which one you choose down in the comments below. With watching the movies, do you start at episode 4, go through that trilogy, then the prequel, then the sequels, or do you start at episode 1 and work your way through? Now, that being said, the game kind of has a fun thing in there. I don't know if it was intentional because there's always a debate about it. I like to believe it was intentional because it was cool. It actually starts you in the little wheel of worlds. It starts you at episode 4. Now, like I said, I have not played through this entire game yet, but what I have played so far has been super fun and just hits me right in the nostalgic feels for going all the way back to the original LEGO Star Wars games and all of the LEGO games that have happened in between all these different franchises, and you were able to just jump right in and play it like any other game. The very first thing I did was just immediately start destroying everything I could around me so that I could pick up all the little studs and start collecting money, because you know you're going to need it later on. And it was just fun. It's not something that's like a hardcore AAA game to play. It's something to just sit down, have fun, and start collecting things. And oh boy, is there a lot of stuff to collect. I don't have the exact total in front of me, but I believe it was something like nearly 1,200 different characters to collect in this. Basically every freaking character that you can imagine across all 9 movies is collectible and playable within this game. Think like Smash Bros. Ultimate, but for LEGO characters, and that's just insane. Now, so far, I will say I would absolutely recommend that you pick this game up. It is super fun to be able to have it on the go. It looks great playing on a home console. For me, I don't really consider the Switch a home console because I play it 99.9% of the time in handheld. I know some people don't, but whatever. I consider it my on-the-go handheld console. But stay tuned because something is about to arrive in the mail, and I will have a video about it probably next week, showing you an unboxing of something I have been waiting many months for. So make sure you get subscribed and you hit that bell. That way you get a notification about it. So my final thoughts about these two games. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, is a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend picking it up because you can take it on the go, you can play it at home, and you can just have good old family fun time, and it's a great game to get your kids in on. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, however, take it or leave it. In my opinion, it is just not what I expected it to be, and I wish that it could have been more. It's not a total fail. It's not like I regret playing it or anything like that. I definitely got my fill out of it. I just feel like there could have been more to really round out the experience. A 6-hour game is a short game. That's like Yoshi's Crafted World short. And, I mean, I just think there could have been more to it. I mean, if it was something like double the length, I would not have had any problem with that. Now, have you played either of these games yet? I would love to hear about it down in the comments below. And while you're down there, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell. That way you get an alert every time I've got a new video coming out. Now, if you like what I do here and you are interested in helping to support the channel each and every month, then please consider becoming a channel member or head on over to patreon.com/GameDadShow, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get early ad-free access to all of my videos, including getting your name in the end credits like the fine folks you see above right now. I have even added a new tier where if you sign up, you will get a GameDad merch swag bag. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.